Cody Rhodes is a babyface like we've never seen before. Ever since Hulk Hogan turned bad boy and started spraying big gold belts, the hardcore wrestling audience has leaned away from your American hero type of babyface. You know the one, your John Cena kind of character. The type of guy who eats his vitamins, says his prayers, works hard, never gives up, blah, 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 blah. The kids love Cena in his Super Cena era. And, you know, some adults, I liked Cena when I was like 15. I still like Cena. I'm not gonna lie. I was never a Cena hater. That wasn't me. But doesn't mean it didn't happen. There was something about Cena that turned the hardcore base right off of him. Maybe it's because they felt he was inauthentic. Maybe it's because a lot of his matches became the same thing. He'd crawl back from a deficit. He was so far behind. The odds are stacked against him. 5 moves of doom. Cena wins, lol. And his reigns on top were even worse received. The chase for the titles, as much as they were thrilling, as much as they were enticing because he didn't have the title and he was being booked as this underdog, can do anything if he puts his mind to it sort of character. But that becomes boring when you realize he can do everything. Like, he's an underdog, but he's also on top of the division. The odds are always against him, but he's clearly the favorite. He never gives up, but he always wins. And that's because fundamentally, an underdog holding the top title will always be a paradox. But WWE just never wanted to admit that once you get someone on top, you have to change them. Because how am I supposed to believe this guy's an underdog when he's quite literally the champion? Hell, the man Cody's up against this year, Roman Reigns, no matter how hard he tried, no matter how many titles he won, no matter how good of a guy he was, he could never, ever get that thing as a babyface. You know that thing you can't describe, you can't ever make sense of it, but it's that thing that Rock used to have, that Hulk Hogan used to have, that Austin had, that Cena has now, honestly. The thing that people like Ray and like Jeff Hardy have, that thing that just connects you to them no matter who you are in the crowd, no matter what sect of the crowd you're from, you care about these people and you want to see them win. So that begs the question, will Cody Rhodes' reign be any different? Does he have that thing? Well, yeah, he's the underdog, but he's beaten everyone. The odds are stacked against him, but he's the only man for the job. He's in the exact same spot Cena saw himself in 20 years ago. Or is he? The problem with Cena's runs was there was nowhere to go. And honestly, that's a problem with a lot of babyface runs ever since Cena. No one ever felt as imposing as someone like Cena, except for like maybe Randy and Triple H. No one ever felt as big as Cena, and that's exclamation pointed by the fact that the only person big enough to bring Cena to 2 main events in a row was The Rock. Like, I mean, that's the guy battling The Miz in the main event of WrestleMania. And yes, he lost, but that's a whole different thing. That's not the same. That's not the same. I'm not going to talk about that, I'll get angry. Due to Roman's Tribal Chief run, we're in this interesting position where someone like Cody can take over that mantle of world champion and still feel like he has multiple threats to his title. Look, he's lost to Roman after pushing him to the brink, but so has LA Knight, you know, so has Logan Paul, so has Sami Zayn. All these people have pushed Roman to his limit, and now Roman will push Cody to his limit. They're all in this same space. It's not impossible that someone takes this title from Cody months after he earns it. Hell, it almost feels like together everyone took their shots at Roman, putting slight chinks in the armor, and Cody just happens to be the one who breaks through. And when he's thrust in the middle of this sort of wrestling Game of Thrones-esque power vacuum, once the Tribal Chief's run is ended and the bloodline starts to crumble, suddenly you have every top face and top heel gunning for that top spot. And that's why it's crucial that if WWE doesn't want this crucial reign to go out the same way most babyface reigns do, and by that I mean bland, boring matches where nothing is ever conclusive and the pins don't matter, they need to get this reign up and running straight away with a white-hot feud. By the way, big ups to you if you got that reference. Let me know in the comments and chuck a sub while you're down there. Why not? Who knows? Who knows? They need to go straight into a Cody versus Randy feud, a Cody versus a bona fide main eventer feud. You can't take the time to give Cody one of his little side quests. Yeah, like this is just going to pad your reign so that you can win this feud and go on to the next one. You can't do that. There's going to be so much scrutiny on this reign, and it needs to kick off like that. stacked because Cody is now in a position to create those long-standing stars. Not only with aspiring top heels who could bring everything out of him like Gunther, but also the up-and-coming faces that he can give chances to that weren't getting chances under Roman's reign. Someone like a Chad Gable, for instance. People who can lose to Cody and still end up better on the other side. And with all that power comes the risk that it could all fall apart. Like I said before, crowds often turn against underdog faces when they finally win the big one. But I can't help but feel like this one's different. Cody has that special connection not only to the kids, but to every sect of the fan base. He's got that thing that pulls you in and just makes you want to root for him. Hell, the first time I made my girlfriend watch Fastlane with us, Cody Rhodes' music hit. He got halfway down the ramp and she was like, I love that guy. He's that guy. I don't know why. He's got that thing. He's got that thing where casual audiences watch the TV and they're like, this dude rocks. I'm with him. Let's get it. See, you take that energy that Cody has behind him and you funnel that into the roster and you funnel that into the product, and suddenly you have all the makings of a perfect top guy title reign. It's going to be interesting to come back to this in a couple months, and maybe I'll come back in just a month and we were wrong and Roman wins again and here we go again for another year. Knock on wood. But no, it'll be interesting to see what kind of reign we end up getting. If it really lives up to all the hype that's going into it. All right, that's it for me. Drop a like if you like, sub if you want to sub and you like what we're doing here. I hate doing this, but also the numbers going up fuels this competitive fire in me to write and edit and make things and keep going. So please keep putting those numbers up. All right, that's it for me. Peace.